Brittany Sherell Podcast. So glad to have you here. For those of you who are new, all you need to know is that this is a place for the superwomen of the world. And the superwomen of the world are the high achieving women who wear so many hats. This is your place to be vulnerable, to take your cape off and get what you need to get back to your dreams. And so my promise to you, because we're busy, we are always busy, is to keep every episode 10 minutes or less. And they're usually much less than that, but gotta put that disclaimer in there because sometimes some topics, just require a little bit extra, but it'll never be more than 10 minutes. But today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to me, and that is fulfillment. Some of you may know if you follow me on social media at Brittany Sherell. If you don't, at Brittany Sherell, go ahead and do that now. You know that I launched my first book a few weeks ago on December 17th, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. December 17th was a special day to me because in 2010, I lost my grandmother on my mom's side on that day, and that was one of the most pivotal moments in my life because my grandma, my nana, played such an important role in my life. She was one of those people that I either saw or talked to practically every day. And to have someone of that type of immense just so close to you, to lose them, it was just life changing. I had to look at life in a way I had never even considered looking at life. I really found it hard to believe that life would actually go on without my nana because she was just that she played that big of a role in my life. And so that was in 2010. This is 9 years later. Well, last year on that same date, I received my acceptance letter for my doctorate program. And I was on a high, super excited about this new beginning. And then I got a phone call that my cousin Erica, we're first cousins and we were born 2 weeks apart. So much of our life was we would have parties when we were younger, like we were twins, just because we were so close in age. And so anyways, we're really, really close. And last year I got the call that she was going into labor prematurely. And we're talking 2 months prematurely. And so that instantly shifted my day, you know, in a totally different direction. I was on a high from earlier that day getting my acceptance letter, and then I get this call that Erica's going into labor. So I'm just like, what in the what? But we all know God makes no mistakes, and thankfully Erica went through everything fine, and Dylan, who is the gift we received on December 17th of last year, is such a trooper. He just celebrated his first birthday not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago. So super grateful about that. So it was only fitting to me to launch my book on December 17th of this year, and it's called The Fulfillment Factor for the very reason that this book is for people who struggle with that that barren place, that place of confusion, that place where satisfaction and success don't align. A lot of times we find ourselves chasing success after success, degree after degree, job after job, relationship after relationship, or level of relationship after relationship. You get a great boyfriend, then you're engaged, then you're married, and you think like this switch is going to go off and you're going to finally feel this this super immense happiness, and it just doesn't happen. Well, that is what I call the fulfillment factor. The fulfillment factor is all about when success and satisfaction do not align. And so I really poured my heart into this book. It's not a super long book because y'all already know my MO. I am all about high achieving women. We don't have a lot of time. Now, mind you, I make time to read because for one, I just truly enjoy reading. But I understand that a lot of high achievers just don't have the time to read lengthy material, or they get lost in lengthy material and may never actually finish the material. And my point in everything that I do is meeting you guys where you are, giving you what you need, and not taking all day to do that. And so that is exactly what I do in my book. And today, as a special treat for you guys, I'm actually going to read the introduction to the book so that if it speaks to you, then you'll know, like, this is for you. Okay? So, as we move through life, we gain so much of our identity from what we see, hear, and interpret around us. This often leads us to grapple with a series of questions about who we really are as adults. In our adult years, we usually face some challenges and sometimes life-altering circumstances that force us to take inventory of everything we ever thought or believed to be true in life. It's in these moments that we truly discover that we've been moving through life with a cloak of other people's thoughts, opinions, habits, preferences, all masking who we truly are at our core. This unmasking can happen in many different ways, but it's bound to happen at some point. It is not until this unmasking happens that we realize no number of degrees, accolades, or status can ever make us happy. We find ourselves tired of running down the rabbit hole of meaningless recognition and achievement. We find ourselves on a good job, still unhappy. We find ourselves in healthy, loving relationships or families and still feeling like something is missing. We find ourselves getting the certifications and degrees and still feeling empty at the end of the day. This phenomenon of unrest and emptiness is what I call the fulfillment factor. The fulfillment factor is that thing we all thought would come with the achievement, but didn't. If that speaks to you, because I know that it speaks to a lot of you. We're chasing that thing, that's something, that deeper level of happiness. The book is out now, okay? It's called The Fulfillment Factor. I will leave the link in the notes. Reach out to me. I really got vulnerable with this book, y'all. So, I'm open to feedback. I put myself on the line. I put my life out there just in an effort to help someone else, because I know how dark, I know how confusing, how frustrating that space is when you are chasing something and you don't even know what it is. And that is fulfillment. And so this book is my way of pouring into other women who may be experiencing that same disparity. So the book is out now. You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to theintentionalmindset.com and find it there. Guys, if you're not already following me on social media, please do, at Brittany Sherell on Instagram and Facebook. And listen, you already know. Girl, get back to your dreams.